Hey there everyone, this is Jeff Perkins with JD Cutlery putting together another quick video on the new zero tolerance ZT0640. It is a collaboration with Emerson Designs, so another nice collaboration between Emerson and Zero Tolerance. Fit and finish is pretty good on these. I really do like the operation. You do have basic titanium handles on both sides with the carbon fiber overlay. They have stepped it up again with the titanium pocket clips. This knife is deployed via a thumb stud on the top of the blade. It is not a flipper. The blade does run on bronze bushings, but it is nice and smooth. I'll show you the action here in a couple minutes. Just to hit the rest of the specs real quick. The blade is CPM 20CV. Blade length is 3.75 inches. Blade thickness is 0.156 inch. Closed length is 4.75 inches. Overall on it is 8.5 inches. And your weight on it is 4.4 ounces. So a nice light knife, kind of slender, definitely slim line for the length of the knife, being an 8-inch knife. But overall, pretty nice design. I do like the action on them. Like I said, you've got a thumb disc, which is your deploying mechanism. Steel lock bar insert, as all the ZTs have. This one is a nice buffed up version. These do all come bead blast stonewashed. So this is the buffed up version that I've done. Flipping wise, a flip of the thumb is definitely my preferred way to open it. You can open it by going in the circular motion with your thumb. The carbon fiber is nice because it keeps you from pushing on that lock bar. That was definitely the downfall of the 0620, was a lot of people would go to open that with the thumb disc. They'd push on that lock bar and it would be an issue because that detent ball wouldn't disengage. Again, my favorite, flipping that with the thumb and you're good to go. So we'll just go ahead and take a quick look at this one. Since I've got it in hand, I do have two of the buffed versions here. So it definitely gives you a nice bit of flash. The pocket clip doesn't buff out quite as much because they do a heavy bead blast on it, and it's so little it's just hard to get all of it out. But that's better for wear and tear anyways, that it's got that little bit of bead blast. It's definitely buffed out a lot in comparison to what it was. Lockup on these are all nice and early. There's that. And centering is pretty good on most of these. I always try to look at the tip of the blade inside to give me the true centering. So definitely flips out pretty nice. Again, the 640 CPM 20CV. Nice little blade, and of course your zero tolerance logo. So let's go ahead and hit these one at a time. Again, this is another of the buffed out version. Pocket clip's a slight bit more buffed out on this one. Centering's pretty good here. Might be a slight bit to this side, but flips out like a champ. Lock up, nice and early. Cool little knives. I think this one's going to take off pretty nicely. So let's go ahead and hit these one at a time. I definitely have buffed out a few and then left the rest unbuffed. This would be a nice high voltage purple. Again, the pocket clip's going to be a little bit different color just because of the bead blast. This one is not buffed out. So this is nice purple. It's got some fingerprints again. I like to fingerprint these suckers up so you guys really know what you're looking at there. So it definitely has a very nice purple to it. Hints of blue here and there, but definitely a nice look on that one with a bead blast. Pretty centered on this one. Might be a slight bit to this side again. Lockup's nice and early. Just a very cool looking little knife. Got some jimping up here. Also have a little bit jimping back down here for a reverse grip. And I mean, it fits in the hand nicely. No place for a lanyard. You could try and loop one on there, but then you're running the risk of catching the end of the blade in it. And these do all have that green carbon fiber. So that's a little different look from anything that they've done in the past. So that is a high voltage purple with the bead blast still on it. This one has the bead blast still there. We went from silver to bronze to purple to blue. And then the pocket clip we did a blue purple bronze fade as well. Same on the inside. So everything's looking pretty good there. Just a little bit different appearance to it. Lockup's nice and early again. And centering, this time it looks like it's a little off to the side on this side. So kind of interesting. But when you look at the tip down the inside, actually it looks pretty darn centered. So these things are a little misleading as you look at them. But there's a different variant on that one with the different fades going on. Here is the last of my bead blast. So nice bronze. You can see the fingerprinting in there. Trying to clean these up in a little bit of oil as I was working on them, so you get that nice rich bronze. As you fingerprint it up, it gets darker. And then use a little bit of Windex, and that'll take care of it as far as bringing it right back to that bright bronze color. Again, the pocket clip is a little bit darker. Lockup is pretty nice and early on it. Centering on this one looks pretty good. So definitely looking good on this one. And we have two more. This one is pretty crazy. We buffed these out really nicely. Buffed the edges so you got a high buff on the edge all the way around. It's not buffed to a high polish underneath the carbon fiber. Really stuck to the edges. This is a high voltage blue that has a purple marble effect to it. So there's a lot of purple marbly look to it. In different lights, that purple really shows up more than other lights. Right now it's looking mainly blue, but there's a lot of purple hue or marbling to it. Pretty cool looking one. And then we just went purple on the pocket clip altogether. But definitely buffing these up gives it a lot of extra punch in the color department. So this one is centered up pretty good. Looking at the tip down here, it's looking pretty good. And of course, lockup is nice and early. It's definitely a cool look on that blue with purple. Have to pardon the noise. My new puppy is kind of running around. I'll have to make sure I'm not doing any more videos with her in the area. But we're already almost done with this one. So this one is a green, teal, green, kind of marbly as well. I faded all throughout it. So you got greens and the teals, teal and the green, kind of running all through it. Pocket clip, I just did a standard teal to green fade. And of course you can tell this one's nice and buffed up. So this one definitely has a lot of variation in the color. It almost has a little bit of a purple hue up here. Actually, I guess that's a bluish purple hue. right in here. But really a cool looking knife. So these things flip really nicely. Definitely. I'm not a big fan of non-flippers, but that thumb disc is working good. Does look like it's a little off-center to this side. Again, none of these are rubbing by any means. That off-center is not necessarily affecting the operation of the knife. When I put these back together, I go for feel of the flip. I'm going to go with the smoothest flip. Of course, I could tighten that down and pull that blade over, but then it's going to tighten that flipping action up. So that's a personal preference. If you want to pull that blade to that side, you just tighten that side of the pivot right there. So, cool looking little group of new knives. Another nicely designed collaboration that Zero Tolerance has going here. Can't go wrong with it. So these are all available on our website at www.jdcutlery.com. We'll have these and a number of other videos coming up here real soon. I do apologize, I haven't been on top of it with the videos lately. I've just been cranking the knives out and letting them go. So we will get back on top of the videos, and we will see you on the next one.